facts. What advice would you give to the struggling artist who's struggling to get that breakthrough that you've had in your career, who's constantly, trying to level up but doesn't seem to work?
Yeah, it's a sensitive one, and I hope I won't offend anyone who is struggling. But I think the first thing you must do is the hunger is important to stay there. The hunger creates the amazing stuff, and the hunger is not starving, literal. It's the hunger to blow up or whatever. It will help you, but you must put yourself out there. You must not expect anyone to do anything for you. You need to network. You need to treat yourself like a business. You need to share your work. Don't be your own enemy to your own progress. I find that there's artists who are great, but they don't want to share their work because they think someone's gonna copy it. Who cares, bro? There's so many copycats out there. There's so many people who are replicating. Everyone's copying stuff. There's nothing original under the sun. I look at other people's work and I take a piece of it, mix it up with, there's no such thing as originality. So as a struggling artist, I think the biggest, best way to get a chance into making it, get as much get your work out there so that most people can see it. You'll never know who's gonna pick it up and find greatness in it, and if you're creating and closing it off, it's only gonna hurt you because it's only for you. Be open for criticism. Be open to be wrong. Be open to fail. Put your work out there. Be open to be mocked. When I got my break in advertising, or to get a job in advertising, my mentor came into my room and he saw me designing t-shirts and they had typos, spelling errors, and he laughed at me, not in a way to demean or to bash me, but he was like, I can't believe people are buying this stuff with so many typos, but the fact that I'm putting it out there and I don't care, and I now find out that, okay, there's typos. I was open for that criticism, and it opened a door for me. And the guy said, hey, there's a thing called copywriting, there's proofreading, and in design you do this. And a whole new world opened because I was open enough to be criticized, to be laughed at, to be wrong. And it hurts, but it has to happen. It happens even today, Sorry, my answers are long.
No, it's fine. You mentioned that you do more than just art, right?
Yeah.
You're also an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's important for artists in today's world to venture out into other things and have multiple streams of income?
I think it's very important because art is not a guaranteed career, and this is a sad truth. Art students can graduate best, top of the class, get into the industry, and no one buys your stuff, and that will hurt you. It's not guaranteed. So I think I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, and we were going, sorry, I just need to cut this off. It's very important for artists to venture into other things, or not even venture into other things. When you graduate in art, or when you are good at art, and you think people need to buy or can buy your work, it's never guaranteed. I don't know why and how people go, I'm gonna buy that, and no one knows. It's all up to the collector or the client. They see the work, it speaks to them, they see the value, who you are, they buy it. But the important part is that you need to build to that level where people can buy your work for certain amounts of money. And you need to have, what do they call it? Cover your basics. Like covering your basics is making sure that you have a place to stay, you have enough money for lunch to get to where you have to be, take your girlfriend out for lunch, whatever, all those things. Cover your basics. And how you do that, if You can't sell art now. Get a job. There's nothing wrong with getting a job anyway, any kind of job. But that job will assist you to chase your dreams, because now you've covered your basics. You're not bothering your mom and going, I need 1,000 rand a month for XYZ because I'm painting and no one's buying my work. No one owes anyone anything. No one owes you anything. Get a job, bruh. Any kind of job. And work towards your vision or your goal. You know, I was selling CDs as a young man. I was printing T-shirts. I didn't wait for some people to come and buy my art. I was drawing portraits for people for free. I was doing flyers for events for free, so that people can see that I have a portfolio, you know. And I'm not saying I've made it or I'm the example. I'm just going, if you have any income, it doesn't have to be through art. Get a job as a waiter, as an assistant, a gallery assistant, as a cataloger. Get a job. Get that basic income sorted. And then with that basic income, you start chasing your dream. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. We all start somewhere, you know. We start from the bottom. And if you are that artist who is struggling, don't be too important or too egotistical and go, no, I'm an artist, I won't be a waiter, or I won't be an assistant, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do it just to cover your basics, and then that 9-to-5 job will help you feed your passion, and your passion will eventually buy you off the 9-to-5, you know. And that's the only formula I think a lot of struggling artists or young people need to start applying. You know, it's hard to make it as an artist. It's very hard, and there's an element of luck in it, but you also create your own luck. You know, go to galleries, knock and say, hey, this is my portfolio. You know, don't wait and hope someone's gonna come. No one's coming to save you.
Yeah.
You have to save yourself. You know.
So now that you're becoming a public figure and also an entrepreneur, how do you deal with it, with your mental health, with handling all of these things, especially because it's a big topic, and a lot of people are now speaking, coming out about it. How do you handle it mentally?
I think the first thing I did is I started paying attention to myself a lot, to cut out a lot of things I don't need, and what do they call it? And pay attention to my daily habits, you know. And those daily habits affect everything that you are, you know. And this is what you're eating, your consumption of food, consumption of content, TV, music, all that stuff. If you are not curating your life, or if you're not paying attention and things are happening to you, it will definitely lead to mental health issues. You know, if you don't take care of yourself, it eventually hits in the long run, you know. And how my approach to it is, and I started paying attention a lot to myself a lot just after lockdown, you know, just between the lockdown stages. I eliminated a lot of things in my life. I simplified my life, and it helped a lot mentally for me, because I juggle a lot, as maybe you can see on my Instagram, or I share a lot of stuff I do, and the only way I can be present and avoid nervous breakdowns or mental health issues is I watch what I'm consuming, you know, what I'm drinking, hydrate, work out, read, you know, feed your mind the things that it needs, equip your mind with the things that are important, you know. And the friends you keep are important, because it's also part of consumption. The people you're hanging out with, the things you are doing, your daily habits, your atomic habits are the things that eventually build to a nervous breakdown or whatever.
Yeah.
So how I deal with that is just I pay attention and I'm present, and I'm present to myself, because a lot of things are happening. As I mentioned, I'm living my dream. I can't believe I'm an artist and I'm living off it. I just showed at the Venice Biennale a month ago in Venice, and if I'm not present, I won't be able to digest it and enjoy it. You know, so I pay attention.
Pay attention to
Yeah,
every little thing.
Every little thing.
Because it affects the big thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very insightful. Where do you get your art style inspiration from?
I get it from a lot of things. I am heavily influenced by graffiti and graphic design as well, and traditional art, and then what's this, Renaissance art as well. You know, I love that cross-hatching, like the meticulous type of drawing. So I get a lot of inspiration from it, and then I try and switch it up and make it my own, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm big on research. One thing that advertising taught me in my career in advertising was research is everything. I research. Every second I'm researching. You know, if I'm on my phone, I'm researching, I'm saving, I'm screen grabbing things, I'm recording sound clips, I'm listening to hip hop and use the lyrics as my inspiration for my next artwork. The new Kendrick album, I hear his topic, what he's talking about, and I was like, oh damn, okay, how can I reflect this into an artwork, because it speaks to me, you know.
Yeah.
I find inspiration everywhere.
Do you incorporate your art to your fashion sense as well? Because
Yes.
I see on social media you're quite big on the fashion
Yes,
thing.
yes. Because you know, I love things, man, and I'm a visual person. So I love nice cars. I love nice food. Taste is part of design too. How the food looks, fashion, all that stuff really inspires everything that I do. Honestly, you know, like even smell inspires my work. It will even inspire how I want to dress like.
Wow.
When the smell or the cologne I bought, or if I met someone who smells a particular way, can inspire me to create an artwork or to make music, you know.
So it's always on. The juices are always on.
It's always on.
In Africa, right, who are your top 5 favorite artists, or artists we should look out for that you kind of find dope?
I love Wanda Buhle. He's a visual artist in Durban. Kick ass. Like, I love his stuff because I love his work, and I love how he carries himself as a person as well. You know, he's a true definition of a cool artist for me.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a, like, I don't know, typical artist. He's stylish. His art reflects him. You know, the topics he chooses reflect him. And then there's a guy in Ghana. I really can't pronounce his. I'm not sure. I'm bad at reading, so I think his name is Amosho Bosho, something like that.
Should put the picture up in the video.
Yeah, kick-ass, bro. He paints with his fingers, so his portraits look weird, but it's such so beautiful. I also like Osmic. He's my childhood friend. He's quite an amazing guy. He's an entrepreneur. A lot of people don't know he's an artist. He does graffiti. He does graphic design. He's the owner of hip hop awards. Yes, hip hop awards.
Really?
And like, yeah, but he's unassuming. If you see this guy, you'll think it's some BEE corporate guy, but mad talent. He taught me graffiti. And how many did I say? 3, ne? Fourth one, my twin brother, Justice. I love his stuff because he challenges me a lot, even from when we were kids. He challenges me, not personally, but every time I see him do stuff, I get inspired. And I'm like, just damn, this guy is good.
That level.
You know? Yeah, you know. And we're twins. We have the same interests, and I love to see how he sees the world as well. You know, and he's always been kind of ahead of me in like just being present and being centered, taking care of his mental health, what he's consuming. So he inspires me a lot in many elements of what life is beyond art. You know, and in terms of the art, he inspires me with the topics he chooses and how he questions masculinity based on our upbringing and growing up in Soweto, where if you're a guy, you have to be strong, and you know, and they leave no option to softness or femininity in men, all that stuff. So he questions all those things in his art as well, which I like that, and he inspires me. And then the fifth one would be Stu, who is my best friend, Stu Manaka. We've been friends for forever. He inspires me because I've always known he's an artist, and he never painted for years. When we met, he saw we were painting and we were drawing, and then he was like, me and Justice are too good. We put him off art. And then a year ago, he started painting again, and kick ass, man. Like he does, and he does like, it's spooky stuff, but his style is very distinctive, you know. It's like, if you see it, that's Mtutuzeli Manaka. And I like that, you know. I like that he just changed his life, and he's doing what he loves to.
Definitely need to check them out.
I'll show you. Justice's work is that. The pink guy there.
Definitely need to see that. So I know we don't want to get into the details of how much money you've made and all of that, but just to give like some tips to, you know, the youngin who's also trying to get into the game. What platform do you use to sell your art, and which ones are the most profitable for you?
In all honesty, no platform. I wouldn't say there's a platform I depend on, except Instagram is where I'm quite active, and I get a lot of conversions there in terms of art sales, and purely because I share my work, constantly sharing my work, and then it lands in other people's feeds and whatever, and I get a DM, it converts into a sale. And then when people come into my studio as well, word of mouth. I've just recently started doing exhibiting, you know, as I just came back from Venice in Italy. But I think my biggest way of selling is just through my social media. And there's power in social media. Like people, I think artists like to separate themselves with social media or their art with social media. It's all the same. Your social media represents you, and people want to see what you do. If you are gonna say, oh, I only post my stuff this way, or my stuff is in a catalog, click through a link, you're making it harder.
There must
share
be a
your
sequence
work,
in
bro.
the post.
Share it. You know, and just make it simpler. It's in the future. The world is living in the digital world. So if you're gonna make it hard and go, oh, if you want to know about my work, click this, or send me an email, I'll send you my catalog. Bro, have a catalog, share your work. You know, I don't share prices on my work on my post, but if someone really wants it, they'll go and say, hey dude, I like that piece, how much? Then I'll tell them, you know. But social media is amazing. For me, the biggest conversions have been on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, biggest, 80%
second,
of my soul.
Second to Instagram.
My studio, open studio. When I had my first open studio, ridiculous. I was shocked, you know, because I put it on social media and people came. About 400 people came to my studio. and I sold a lot of work, you know. So I think one important thing that artists needs to know is that you are the business. There's no you and the business. You are the business, and you need to treat yourself like a business.
Facts.
You know.
Facts.
Yeah.
I just before we get to let's say, so I know you've experienced a lot of highs and lows in your career. What would you say is the highlight so far for you in your career? What's that point you were like, yeah, now this is the one. This is the soft one.
I think that one was exhibiting at the Venice Biennale.
And when was that?
A month ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, yo. You know, I landed in Venice. It was ridiculous, man. You know, and I could not believe that I'm not just here on holiday. I love holidays. If you look at my Instagram, I'm always holidaying. And I was like, I'm not just in a beautiful city. I'm in a beautiful city working, you know, exhibiting, and like I'm in a global platform. Big collectors are gonna be seeing my work, you know. That for me was like, yo,
peak.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's still more to come, bro. Yeah, so I think that's the last serious question. This section that we're heading to of the show is called This or That.
Sure.
So I'm gonna give you two things, you just pick this, that over that. So you just
sure.
pick one of them.
For.
Right. First one, Gucci or Prada?
Prada.
Cape Town or Joburg?
Cape Town.
A Kendrick or J. Cole?
Damn it. J. Cole. Yeah.
Beach house or farmhouse?
Beach house.
SUV or sports car?
SUV.
Going to space or deep sea diving?
Space.
Cake or ice cream? Not both.
None.
None.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Early riser or night owl?
What's that? I don't understand. Any?
Early riser.
Oh, both.
Night owl.
Both. I do both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't sleep much, which is wrong. It's one part of my mental, my health is wrong. I need to fix that because I sleep late and then I wake up super early as well.
Yeah.
I'm up at 6 o'clock. I'm chatting with my business partner. We laughing or you know. Yeah. I love coffee. Yeah.
Awe, gqom or amapiano?
Yo, I'm a piano.
Amapiano.
Yeah.
Were you ever a gqom guy?
I loved Gom. I didn't like both of them that much, but I think Amapiano is a bit melodic enough for me to enjoy. Yeah.
Dinner dates or movie night?
Dinner dates.
Board games or TV games?
TV games.
Awe. That's the last one.
Yeah.
Wait. Sony or Canon?
Sony.
Awe. That's it.
Away.
Thank you so much, man.